So our database is selected and connected as well. Now it's time we have to add some data in our this table of emp_record, and for that we need our HTML form. So back to my editor, we have this file of simple.php. Let's close this connection.php file, and I'm going to save this file as insert underscore into underscore database.php. Let's redefine its title as well here. Okay, now I'm going to add here one simple HTML form in which we will have some fields. So in the body section, first of all, I'm going to add here one div, and inside that div we need some field and form. So I'm going to add here form, and in the action attribute I'm going to give it action to be insert underscore into underscore database dot php. Same this file, because we are going to add the PHP code for this form in the same file as well. Now for its method, let's make it to post Now in this form, first of all, let's add here field set, and in the field set we need some input fields. So I'm going to add here one input field of type to be text and name to be ename, capital E, then N capital for name, and let's leave the value to be empty here. Let's copy this one from here. Let's add br tag. I'm going to paste it right after it, and now I'm going to change it for our this SSN. Capital SSN. Then for this DEPT means department. DEPT with the capital D. Then for this salary, the capital salary. Then for home address with the capital of home, and A also capital, then address. Now you can see we only added 3, 4, 5 fields here, but here we made 6 column. We didn't add any field for this ID because we want it to be done by the database. That's why we made it to auto increment. I don't want to add ID on my own every time, so I leave this ID field to my database. Now let's add some text around our ename here. So I'm going to call this one employee name, this one to be social security number, this one to be department, salary, home, address. Now let's add br tag after the name as well. Now saving this one out, we have this file of insert into database.php. So now I'm going to browse this file. So insert into database.php. Now you can see we have employee name, social security number, department, salary, home address. Now we need one button right here, but let's also make this home address to be text area instead of this typical field. So I can add here text area and I can give it same name to be home address. Saving this one out, refreshing the page. Now we have text area. Let's make it to our submit button right here after these fields. So we need one submit button. So now I'm going to change it for input to be submit type and name to be submit and value to be submit your record. Saving this one out, refreshing the page. Now you can see we have this submit button right here. Now one more thing I want to explain here, and that is you can see I have given it capital E then capital name N, and then we have given it capital SSN, we have given it D capital, S capital in salary, H and A capital in home address. So why I did that? Because in the PHP MyAdmin SQL I have given it lowercase name. So in this case, in this logic, it will be understandable for me that lowercase belong to these SQL column name and the uppercase belong to my name to my fields of HTML. So this is very useful when you have to avoid error, and it's very good logic, and I always try to use it because it prevents a lot of error from my code. Now we have created this simple HTML form. Now let's add some CSS around this HTML form. Now for adding CSS, we can add our style sheet right here with the type of text/CSS. Now the reason I'm doing everything HTML and CSS from the beginning because I don't want to complicate things here. That's why I'm showing you each and every step of this thing. I have a lot of web templates that I made for many clients. I can use those templates here, but I want you to learn, and that's why I want to show you everything from the beginning. So in the style panel, first I am going to select my input type of type text and my input type of, we don't have any other type, we have just the text. So I can select directly my text area. Now let's give it some border, 1px solid dashed. Now I have given it border, background color, width, padding and font size. Saving this one out, refreshing the page. Now you can see we have very cool fields. Now let's style this submit button as well. So I have to select my input type of submit, giving it color of white, font size 1 em. So I have given it some width, height, background color, some radius, some font weight, border color as well. So let's save this, refreshing the page. Now we have very cool button right here. Now we have done our part. Now it's time we should style these employee name, social security number, department salary, and home address text. For that, I'm going to add here a new class of field info, and let's give it some style as well, color, font family, font size. And in here we can use span tag, in which we can call this new class of field info. Now let's put this span on this name field, saving this one out, refreshing the page. Now we have only one name. I'm going to do the same thing for all of our fields. Closing of span tag. Saving this one out, refreshing the page. Now we done our part. So our form is done, our HTML is done, our CSS is done. Now it's time we should add PHP that can connect our this form with this database. That we are going to do in next lecture. So see you there.